Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 74. Part 2 of Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600 continues off as I'm about to be going in by the unexpected. On the last video, since I've just been participating in week number 3 of weekly challenges to go entered on race number 1 at the World Touring Car 900 at Suzuka Circuit. It takes one last reminder in about 2 hours left before the 4th week is about to be coming up and go for some different set of 5 challenges on each part of the event. So let's go back and do the progress to have 2 more races to go, but I'll have to go by 3 races to go remaining in this part of the video. By having 3 different types of surfaces to go on tarmac, dirt, and snow all together to be in the main lineup to be entered to have Red Bull Ring in Austria, Fisherman's Ranch in the US, and Lake Louise Short Track in Canada. This time, it's about to go by using 3 Japanese manufacturer brands to go all-wheel drive style: Subaru, Mitsubishi, and Toyota to have it all in order. So I'll have to start out with Subaru by using the Impreza Coupe WRX Type R with my Total Drama OC Cerulean is about to be set and go enter for having a 3-lap challenge. It'll have to take sports compound tires to do the rest, and this will have to take a good characteristic to go by oversteer and understeer. But in that case, this will have to take one part of every content video that might need to be reduced for only one update to have this one to go on live stream, because I'll have to leave it to myself, and some few other changes will be on the lookout on lap time challenges and weekly challenges as well. So let's get it on and proceed on to the race menu by having 3 drivers on interaction. I'm Lucas Bonelli from Brazil. I hear there's a red Lancer Evolution 6 competing in this race. It's a special model among Lancer Evos known as the Tommy Mäkinen Edition. Mäkinen was an ace rally driver for Team Mitsubishi who won 4 consecutive WRC driver titles between 1996 and 1999. This car commemorates his great achievement, and it's prized by rally fans the world over. By the way, the Evo 3 that I'm in today is the car Mäkinen raced when he claimed his first WRC title. Correction, and truly understand to see how his racing career starts out from the Land Evo 3 and go all the way to be on Land Evo 6. That's how one rally car legend to be drivable to be represented by Mitsubishi since the late 1990s. Now Borgallo. I'm Basilio Gallo, the 2021 champion from Italy. Red Bull Ring has a lot of ups and downs with around 70 meters between its highest and lowest points. That's like the height of a 20-story building. It's a huge difference in height. From the home straight to the 3rd turn, there's a long incline that'll really give your engine a workout. And for Daniel Soares, hey, I'm Daniel Soares from the United States. Everybody knows the Subaru Impreza looks best in blue. Why? Because blue was the color of one of the most legendary Impreza rally cars. That's right, it was the color of the Impreza that dominated the WRC in the 1990s. When you see a blue Impreza WRX, you immediately think of that legendary rally machine. I already have a blue Impreza, of course, because my Total Drama OC and a perfect color in blue. Now let's get the show on the road and continue on to have the first step is gonna to go road racing on the tarmac. So let's get the show on the road, and looks like Lucas on position number 9. Gonna have to take the first turn. welcoming entrance on the straightaway to catch up on Mikhail Isov on position 8. But this one is the 22B version on the Impreza. Wow, looks like I just took a lot of good decent adjustment on the parts to be fully installed. Now I'll have to go easy on this time. There's the Toyota GR Colora on the grid. Overtake and catch us up onto Jeho on position number 5. Gonna have to watch myself and have turn number 4 on the sharp turn. So I have to feel the flow and feel the driving to have a good all-wheel drive Impreza to come around. But the Type R does has a good distinctive road car category to be turned as a rally car ever since to be along to have race modification from Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2. So coming up on the final sector, gonna have to overtake on Minasono. And there's the Impreza as the second gen model. I guess the WR Blue Micra is the true legendary icon for every Impreza since the 1990s and onwards in the 21st century is actually to have a good differences to be doing a shapes and sizes throughout each generation on Subaru WRX. That's how the car collection is being made to have the first, second, and fourth generation. So why not? We might need to have a third generation Subaru Impreza to be coming to Gran Turismo 7. That will be a stunning, massive 4-car collection to do some shapes and sizes to have differences on each car of the generation. As coming up to be on the second lap, there's Angel Inostroza on the Land Evo 6. I really knew how Inostroza might gonna have to go for the Land Evo 6. Unlike Megalo, but that will be doing much fine, fantastic to see him drive on that red Land Evo 6 to be drivable on this event. Now go on the left, overtake Abe Brooks. First place on the roll. Flow and steady and have a good pace of driving on the tarmac. That's how the characteristic of driving is just yet to be well smooth and embrace it throughout each part of the racing competition on the track, including the Gran Turismo World Series on the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. But hopefully, whenever I have to go clean racing, my Total Drama OC will be going Impress in blue, and that's how the endorsement is going to have to take a good skill to keep on racing and doing some best of rarity. As I'm about to go in onto the final lap, let's roll. Kick it up on the fib to go down onto gear number 3 at the first turn. Good fastest lap, 1 minute, 47.305 seconds. Wow, going way much more faster, so I had to be preferred to go slow it down and keep it right in at turn 3. Alright, Brooks, looks like he's about to go in and do a little offense. Just like riding on the water and do a good smooth paid driving in all-wheel drive. Gonna have to switch it up and go by cooling down. Okay, looks like he's getting in. Have that torque up and going. Follow the line and follow the apex till you might need to get it right. Just gonna have to keep it good slow and steady while the opponent might need to go switch up to a better offense. Going up on gear 4, There we go. Just gonna have to wait. Have turn 9 to be coming in near towards turn 10. Okay, that's good enough. First place to go. Feel like a flow driver to be riding on the good edge of the course. Thank you, Cerulean. My Total Drama OC does have a good technique to be driving in Impreza. Subaru in one part of the event is check and done. But it takes exactly by over 5 minutes and 30 seconds since I just recently took for only a fastest lap record by a minute 47.305 seconds. So everything is all about to have Mitsubishi, Mazda, Toyota, and Subaru. But apparently, it does matter to have Nissan is going to be more likely to be joining the party as well. So clean race bonus is now being received, 67,500 credits. Gonna have to keep a good first placement, and replay is now actually to be required on thumbnail. Okay, double check on thumbnail to have my Total Drama OC to be well sighted. Exit, then go save a replay for myself. Alright, so keep that in mind, folks. Whenever I might need to have that replay to be saved, one part of the content is going to have to be put up with my Total Drama OC as part of my livery. So directory is still in progress on 52%. 87% on Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600. That means only one more event to go to be on place. Then let's go to Fisherman's Ranch in Americas. Next up, Mitsubishi is about to go on the dirt as I'm about to go for the Land Evo 6 GSR TM SCP 1999 with the Total Drama Island reboot character, Wayne. I heard there's going to be some more spoiler alert before Season 2 will be coming up of this date in December of this month. So I just might need to be preferred to keep a good watchful eye out, but don't try to tell anyone about Season 2 of the reboot on Total Drama. So I'll have to get down to do some business, and let's get it on to take one lap around in Fisherman's Ranch. But it has to take one skill to go apply challenging on overtake when you're racing on the dirt. Just like on the tarmac, it's going to get much more better to have a good grip, and the dirt is going to be putting up to go on off-wheel trail. Let's proceed onto the race menu, and here we have Drummond in Innostrosa. I'm Kylian Drummond from France. The Impreza I'm in has a control center differential that allows you to adjust the front and rear torque. On tracks where cornering is key, I set the front to 35 and the rear to 65, but this is a dirt track. Because I'll need to prioritize exiting corners, I'm going to try giving more torque to the front. See that? This is how you might need to set everything to go on apply settings when you're on the dirt track. That's how one part exclusive to all-wheel drive vehicles to be capable to be served as road car to be driving on dirt courses, much like Group B rally cars that has the same part of the torque differential is going to be set on the front and rear to have the numbers will be going applied to be well simple. Now for Innostrosa. This is Angel Innostrosa from Chile. Until you're familiar with racing on dirt tracks, I suggest staying near the center of the track as much as possible. You have better grip, allowing you to maintain your speed. Once you got the hang of things, you can make use of the track's full width to attack corners. Just be careful. Too aggressive on the corners and you may end up losing control. Safety accepted, and just gonna make sure to try to go modest without going on aggressive. Now I'm gonna go on settings, and this will have to take a good torque to be set and go organized to be on 35 and 65 what Drummond said. Calculate performance, and let's give it a go. One land equals 6 for the total drama island reboot character design is about to be going in on position 10. Let's kick it up on the dirt and go challenging on the gear. As the next course after Subaru, Mitsubishi to go extreme off-road rally racing on road car category. Just to have some differences to go modest if you really might need to be careful not to take too much aggressive. This will be doing one part of the challenge, overtake as many road cars on the same drivetrain as much as you can. Only one lap is going to be quite very challenging, so do your best, just try to go extreme exercise caution if you can. Alright, now coming in onto the Land Evo 3, driven by Bonelli. Slow down and make that good torque to be on the main key. Okay, there's the jump. Just have that solid touchdown and go forward. Okay, coming in onto the hairpin, downhill, and have that remain seconds to go around on 10. This race is going to be a bit more challenging, so if you can do it, just try to do some slide corners if you might need to get in there. Okay, there you go. I'm on the fib. 9 seconds to go. So keep a good extra careful to have one simple elevation to go by speed bump. Okay, Interstrozza on the fort. Now's the time to go inside. Oof, okay. One call contact just to make sure. Now Babelio Gallo on third, Mikhail Hisal on second, and then A. Brooks is coming up on first position in the lead. Okay, just in time to go for the next sector. We're almost there. This has got to do one trick and one faster on the pace. Okay, make that good exit. Almost there. Looks like Brooks is gonna have to take home the podium. So I have to go in there without having one single fight. Oh, come on. Man, that is so literally close. I can feel it. I can so hardly feel it. See what I mean, folks? One race and one lap. Second place. I almost had that feeling. Man, this is going to be quite very challenging to go racing on the dirt. Well, it has to take one step attempt that you might need to go harder if you really might need to get up onto the first position. One lap to have 3 minutes, 27.839 seconds on the Land Evo 6. But very touche for the Mazda 3 that has a very good character rally driving skill does matter. But I'll have to take 18,000 credits to have one part of the attempt. So go by replay by thumbnail. I just really have to go again, folks. This is going to be a very tough gauntlet to go down for having one racetrack on the dirt. Time to go again in round 2, so you'll have to be pushing up and stay focused if you really want to go on first. That's how one part of the training to go Japanese all-wheel drive to do the experience. Okay, one Subaru Impreza on the WR Blue Micra is on the tent. Then next up to have a wing spoiler on the Type R version to the first gen Impreza. So gonna have to go outside cornering and watch yourself. One Toyota GR Corolla is in the way. I really had to be very extra careful to avoid any contact on other opponents on the dirt track. There goes Barrio Gallo on 6. Make a good spot and go around in the middle of the track. There we go. Inside cornering to do sliding technique and get closer on Mikhail Hisal in about a few more seconds to go remaining. This will be doing a tough part. When going downhill, few hairpins might gonna have to do some twists and turns to go on the left and right directions. Just gonna have to keep holding in. Avoid impact barrier while you can. But this will be a very tough part to go for having one major step of exercise caution. One car at a time and watch out for some few bumps. Just like this, and just keep a good center on the position. So I had to brace myself, coming closer and overtake Angel Inostroza on the Land Evo 6. Only one Total Drama Island reboot character is on position 2. Next up is A. Brooks to go for the rematch. He already took the jump, as I'm about to do one good solid touchdown to go in. Oof. That was a close call to have a maintained lineup to get closer in about 2 seconds to be up ahead. Okay, coming in. Sunset draws near. This has got to be it. This will be doing a tough risk. Gonna have to try and make your best moment out there to get closer onto the final turn. There it is right now. Yes, first place is on the quick of time. Just as possible to have the Land Evo 6 is always meant to become as a true legend to be racing off-road since the 1990s. Very impressive, and rematch has now been successfully to go in first. But very good job to be impressed, and it takes 3 minutes 22.827 seconds on the first lap. Now for the tally up result to have one part of the earnings, only 45,000 credits. Just perfect, and 50% on extra is now being served. But after all, rally racing does has a good perfect placement to go down in memory lane for the Land Evo 6. But it takes having some few attempts and practice on rehearsal, so I just really might need to go down on the replay to keep my mind off. Unlike all the other Total Drama reboot character liveries, this one is just yet to be perfect on Wayne to have this most fine fantastic variation. Unlike Raj on the Land Evo 5 that has a good same match on the livery variation, but the Land Evo 6 has a good success build to have a good capability to have the most fine special edition is now being yet onto the front bumper. Unlike the original, This one is a very good special treatment since every Gran Turismo series from number 2 to number 6. I mean, look at this. I just recently took a perfect captured thumbnail image to have my Total Drama Island reboot character livery. Perfection and good to be saved by the replay to be added to my library. So, I guess Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600 is complete, but even yet it's already been completed as having 100% to be done. So I had to check again and go by event directory. But correction is a sure. 100% is complete. But this time, an encore we'll be doing on the snow to be at Lake Louise short track. Time to go again, and this time, one replay to go having one best of the recipe to be using with Toyota. But speaking of which, the lap time challenge is still in progress before coming up by tomorrow is about to be going in by having a different part of the challenge. Along with a Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 992 at Daytona International Speedway will be on the daytime since we just recently took by using the Honda NSX 2017 in nighttime. But good times to be enjoyed, and I might need to be focusing to do one last part to be driving on the snow. So time to go again for myself and have a good run and clean run to have 4 laps around in Lake Louise short track since I just recently took only one part of the weekly challenges on week number 2. Feels free to enjoy it for having a good element on tarmac, dirt, and snow all together will be coming back in. Good times to be enjoyed, and the best time is about to go on the cold temperature below on 10 degrees. Here we have Panel on the race menu interaction. I'm Mark Panel from Canada. The key to cornering on snow-covered tracks is to start your entrance early. You should also try to brake and steer earlier than usual. The idea is to direct your nose towards the inside of the corner and then accelerate your way out. Got it? And check to keep that in mind. Gonna have to go again and review on the settings, but in that case, just to have one few other attempts to do some practices to have some doing some more skills to be checked on snow tracks, but only one of them on Gran Turismo 7 along with the other previous track from every Gran Turismo games. But don't worry, this will have to do one part of the element to have this full walkthrough, so I just really might need to do some more practice. Okay, let's get it on and drive carefully to go with some few opponents. I know this is going to be a bit more tricky to see some few other Japanese road car is now driving on the snow. But challenging does matter, but lap time challenge might be going clear to do some tough corners to overcome many obstacles. So I just really might need to learn all kinds of differences on layouts to be on the tri-oval, short, and long track to have one location around in Lake Louise. But this one is the short track layout is just perfectly for road cars, but only for beginners, and that will be doing one step to do some experience to be driving on the snow. Gonna have to keep that torque up and going. Right side at the track before entered on lap number 2. There we go. I'm on the fib. Fastest lap I took by 1 minute, 9.864 seconds. Maybe I just really might need to have one snack of hot Cheetos when racing on the snow, but it does matter to have a good ways to have some snacks to go for having a hot spicy temperature to go heat it up. But the cold temperature does really might need to help us to cool us down. as for race number 3 in Japanese 4-wheel drive 600, Toyota steps in on the snow and do some technical challenges to go for having an early brake and steer partially to go in for having a good sight of line. But characteristic might gonna go extremely to be outfitted to be using on snow tires. Then here it comes on to the third lap. Gonna have to keep it careful. Early brake as it goes, and there's the R34 Skyline in the lead. Okay, there's the contact. I just saw that. Mikhail Hisal in the lead, and just gonna go attempted overtake. Gonna be careful. Wait for Brooks, and Elda is now coming in to have a quick, short recovery. That should be good enough. Almost there at the final turn. Okay, excellent, good run. Pack up the torque and heading in towards the final lap. So I have to keep that in mind because the outside corner is I just really might need to have that skill to overcome it. But I know this is going to be a bit more impossible to have that skill technique to be on the long track because I just really might need to learn about some good tricks and skills to do some more experience to have real cars on the snow. A bit more challenging and a bit more tougher. Okay, gonna have to get closer to Mikhail Hisal. Going aggressive and drop the hammer. That should do the trick. Now stay on the inside again. That should do it. Bring home the podium. Yes, and cold-tastic indeed. First place is doing excellent on the goal. But even perhaps that will be doing much more fine practices. Just gonna have to go hard when you're on the long track for the GR Yaris to be prior to have this main part of the lap time challenge. But man, that was a one slate down onto the Winter Wonderland track is just perfectly before next month in December. By having a total time by under 4 minutes, 30 seconds, that adds up with 29.077 seconds with a fastest lap on lap number 4. 1 minute, 5.420 seconds is just perfectly to go capable and challenging whenever you might need to do some more practices before prior on to the next lap time challenge in the future. Maybe I just really need to have a nice hot tea to calm me down. It takes a relief of stress to have this one. Here's 57,000 credits on clean race bonus. Total of mileage on 121 miles. And that's not all. One last replay and have that thumbnail image to be saved and captured if or when adding up to have more cars. So I'll have to give me a moment. See? This one is doing the middle session on turn 1 to go around. Good session and required to have more work to go tricky and hard on the advanced level. So it'll have to be saved for having another one. So there you go. Replay by having an update thumbnail save. And then this will be having another time to go by extra menu on car collection, but still yet to be in progress on World Touring Car 900 as I ever said earlier before. So let's head back to the GT Cafe and go for having a Group 2 car collection story to be set and receive for only one prize. But in the meantime, more cars just need to be required to have some main part of the objective to go by extra collection throughout each part of the main storyline to go by menu book number 1 and go all the way to menu book number 39 to get all kinds of different acquired vehicles. Here we have number 7 on extra menu is Group 2 racing cars. 3 Super GT 500 race car of the 2016 season that you might need to get the Nissan GT-R Nismo, Lexus RCF, and the Honda NSX Concept GT GT500s. 1 engine on the 6-star roulette ticket is going to be your reward. Then let's receive the rewards and acquire by collection. Congratulations! You collected all 3 cars. This completes your Group 2 race cars collection. Once you collect your present, I got some stories to tell you about these cars. Perfect and excellent scenic view on Fuji Speedway for having 3 Super GT 500 cars. Excellent. Another 6-star roulette ticket on engine type. Then let's get it on and have a good narrative story about 3 Group 2 cars. The cars you assemble here are part of the fastest class of race cars in history. It's a class that includes several cars are practically notable. Pure race cars such as these require of their own kind of special track. And if I'm not mistaken, the world's first purpose-built racetrack was the Brooklands Circuit, which opened in 1907 in Surrey, England. An oval-shaped course measuring roughly 2.8 miles in length. It served the inspiration for the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the United States. As the popularity for such purpose-built racetrack steadily increased, the world's automakers and race teams were driven to build faster and more potent cars. Incredible story, Luca, but I cannot believe how Group 2 race cars are also to be built to have one excellent type of characteristic to have its role. Race cars to go faster is definitely to be built and urgently to be starting out as the history of the 20th century to go onwards to have Super GT 500 race car. But I cannot believe it, this part of the scene and having a showcase with some most fine fantastic about the history of race cars that built to go faster. I kinda like it. And this is how Super GT 500 race cars to be part for this main part of the previous update to be prioritized and onwards to Spec 2 update. So I guess the progress is just going to keep going in to have the main push to go over to be entered to have the road to the World Touring Car 700 to be coming up as week number 4 and of course for the next full walkthrough as I'm about to be entered to continue on to have new races on the European Clubman Cup. And that's not all. I just really might need to do some main part of the record in session to be in progress to be prior to have the lap time challenges to go by previous and currently as well. Man, I just really might need to do some major development work to go by industry. Only one man can handle this to myself because one major group project marathon to be set and still ongoing. Now we're having a 4-star roulette ticket to be set and good to go, and that's it for now. Just giving one good chance of prize. Maybe I'll have to take 30,000 Gran Turismo credits and good to go. Well folks, what a tough busy day, and especially for week number 3 of weekly challenges, since I just been participate to go by the first event on the World Touring Car 900 at Suzuka Circuit. But more to come. Is gonna to keep on going and continue on for having a main part of the main event segment to be set and resume forward to go on in. Okay, I guess I just really might need to go for another one. Okay. Alright, next phase to go on take 1. So maybe I just really might need to start to have parts category to be received on the first 6-star roulette ticket. I'll have to keep that in mind because early Christmas kit. Okay, well, that should be doing one part. Sorry about that, folks. I just need to get this on settled in. Okay, so I just recently received for only one 6-star roulette ticket on the parts category. Then I'll have to go again to be on 4-star. That should be considered to have one best of luck, one best of chance. Just give me something, and I just really want to go for it. There we go. Way to have a good received prize credit to go by 500,000. That should be doing way back on top to go on 22 million. Well folks, looks like change of plans as I'm about to rebate. Four-star roulette ticket is received. Then let's go and have a different kind of roulette ticket to go by available reminder. I just really might need to have one 6-star engine on the roulette. So let's go random and find out to see which kind of different engine has a good type of high performance. Alright, with all the changes and just yet to be on the main reminder, and there it goes. My main guess is going to be compatible from the Chevy Corvette C7 CR1 2019 for the 4th generation on the same name. Boy, looks like this is going to be quite doing a long day and do this part of the clip to have this segment. So, a major halt for having a detour as part of the weekly challenges is already about to begin. In the next video, in part 75 to go enter, we're having some new races on European Clubman Cup. So I'll have to be on standby and just going to keep a good contested on the main progress for having a main course of the menu book in World Touring Car 900 since entered on race 1 at Suzuka Circuit. Time to wrap this up before at the end of the video. I'll have to keep that in mind because lap time challenges is going to be set to go by current reminder before the next one is about to go brand new by tomorrow in Thursday. So I'll have to leave it to myself, and the development will have to keep on going and stay on standby. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in Gran Turismo 7. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more to see for my image artwork like UTRS liveries, exhibition total drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.